Welcome everybody. In tonight's video, we've got a very interesting little pocket knife for you. Been a while since I've done just a knife review here. We have the SENCUT Serene. I'd like to get this out of the way. SENCUT WEknives was generous enough to give me this knife to review for you guys and showcase and show off and all that fancy stuff. So, thank you, WEknives, SENCUT, Civivi, all the affiliated brands there. They're kind of an amalgamation of wonderful knives. So let's get into it. Before I open up the box, I've already kind of been through this. I've been using the knife for a day now. We've got some swag here. 10th anniversary, SENCUT. Got that fancy little sticker there. We've got an awesome bag of silica gel. We have a user manual with their SENCUT socials if you wish to pause the screen and take note of those. Maintenance. I'll lay that out for you there before we get to the knife. But got maintenance there on that side. Warranty and all that fun stuff on this side. They've got a warranty QR code if you wish to scan that. If not, that's fine. So we got that out of the way. Got a pamphlet of all the little stuff pertaining to the knife. There you go. You can pause that and read that if you want. It does have ceramic ball bearings though, which is very, very interesting. So let's get into the knife. Let's set the box over here. Got this delightful little pouch. If you've never had a SENCUT before, I guess most of them come in a pouch like this, if not all of them. And before I really show you the knife, we got this nice little felt liner right here. Really nice. Pop that off to the side. Here is the SENCUT Serene. Delightful green scales. They do come in a couple other variants. There's like a red variant, I know for sure, a couple other colors. I requested the green because it matches. I don't have a lot of green stuff, but I do have a green Aurora, Rovivon Aurora A3, and I just feel like that matches pretty good. So, color maximizing my EDC. This knife is really, really good. We have thumb studs, flipper tab, and button lock. There's 3 different ways you can deploy this thing. You just hold this in your hand, push down the button lock, flip the knife open, very solid. There's no dropping on that, no blade play, no blade wiggle. Shuts nice, almost drop shutty. You can spidey flick. You can marble flick. You can flipper tab. In the aluminum scales, this is something very interesting about this knife that I really like, is that there's no liners or scales. The aluminum here is all what's holding it together. It's not a integral piece. It's 2 separate aluminums here. There's no liners going up and down inside. The lighting really isn't that good to show it to you right now. I'm sorry about that, but there is no liners, scales. It's all just this aluminum and blade and whatever they use to run the button lock. But this is a fantastic little knife here. This thing, I've been rocking it for a day now. This thing is awesome. It's solid, it's sweet, it feels good in the hands. I don't have ham hands, but I have large, extra large glove hands. And that is a full 4-finger grip. If you've got really ham hands, your little finger might be just a shy bit off of that there, but I got a feeling most people, you can hold that really well. There's no forward finger choil, but you can kind of put your finger there for a little extra control. User discretion advised. The way it's curved here, it would be a good food prep knife. It's not quite a chef knife. You can't quite cut all the way down here. It's just not going to work that way. As you can kind of see, the edge doesn't quite go that far, but you can cut a lot of stuff food prep wise. So this would be, if you're a food prepper at a campsite or something, I'd recommend this. This is also D2 steel, if you haven't paused the screen to read the schematics here. Not the schematics, the Yeah, you guys know the word. I don't. My brain's not working tonight. But it has the little D2, a little D2 right there. See if we can get that zoomed in. So this is D2 steel. So it's not a super steel, but this is a very, very good steel. And it honed nicely. There's a little bit of a burr on it when I got it. 2 swipes over a leather strop and that was gone. It just sounds good too, man. Just really, really pleasant to sound, to hear the sounds and stuff. But it is a very slim, dynamic knife. It looks large, but it's comfortable in the pocket. The button lock, I love this about the button lock. To me, when I'm pushing down on it, it feels like a tiny little Smartie. You know those little rolls of Smarties candies, and you kind of push your thumb on some of them sometimes to push them out. It feels like a smaller Smartie, and it's just fun that way to me. But we have some jimping along the spine here for extra thumb control, and it's not too aggressive, not too not aggressive. We also have jimping on the back of the flipper tab to give you a little extra purchase on flicking the knife open. The pocket clip, well, maybe a little long perhaps for this kind of knife. It could maybe be a little bit shorter. It's solid. It doesn't wiggle hardly any at all. It's ambidextrous. The knife itself isn't quite ambidextrous, but as a lefty, I find as a righty here, using my left hand on the button lock, this is very, very intuitive. And to me, I wish that this is for the righties here, that the button lock was on the other side and you kind of have like a Spyderco compression lock feel with your knives. I don't know if any of you ever thought of that with your compression locks, but having the button on the other side would make it feel more like a Spyderco with the compression lock system. Just a little something to consider. But right-handed or left-handed, I feel like this knife is very, very capable. And I think it's almost safer left-handed, because right-handed, these 4 fingers hold the knife, and your thumb has to do double duty of holding the knife and pushing the button. Whereas when I do it left-handed here, 3 fingers can hold the knife, the thumb can hold the knife, and then your index finger can actuate the button, which to me just gives more control over it, in my opinion. But I'm not an expert flipper with my left hand by any means. But that's just something to consider. I feel like it's safer to have the button on the other side. Also, I know that this is a very strong button. It does not take too much to press, but it's also not going to go off accidentally in your pocket. But still, for those that are conscientious about having a button on the inside of their pants, maybe having the button on the other side where it's not going to hit as much stuff would be better. So that's just something to consider. For all you button lock knife people, can petition to have the button on the other side of the knife scale. Just thought. But the pocket clip is switchable. The blade centering is superb, and nowhere in here can I cut my finger on the edge, even though it is kind of close to the edge when it's closed, but I cannot cut my finger on the knife, so it's very safe that way. It's aesthetic. It feels good in the hand. So if you're considering getting the SENCUT Serene, I recommend it. This is looking like it's going to be a fantastic knife. It's going to be in my pockets regularly, if not for quite a while. Unless I got another knife to review, then that'll have to take some pocket time. But everything about this is just slim, elegant, and delightful. This is going to be a pleasure to use. And thank you again, SENCUT, for sending me this knife. This is a wonderful knife. This is just awesome. I might put a little lanyard on this as we go. There's no lanyard hole, but the way they have the 3 rivets here in the back holding it, you could put a lanyard on any one of those 3 or through all 3 or weave it around, depending on what you want to do. So yeah, if you're considering the SENCUT Serene, I don't see a thing wrong with it. This thing is phenomenal. So, with all that said, before I give you the intro, please consider liking and subscribing. That would really help my channel grow a lot more. Just crossed 1,000 subscribers recently. Really excited to see if we can hit that 2,000 even faster. So, with all that said now, listening to me ramble and all that fun stuff, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, punch the like button in the face. Sorry, Jacksepticeye, but I had to copy your little bit there. Hope it helps you build your EDC to your standards. Hope you get something out of this. I just make these videos. I don't plan, script, anything. I just fly by the seat of my pants here. And yes, I do wear pants when I make these videos. So, with all that said, thank you. Farewell, carry well, and bye-bye.